I would call Mr. Kewyn George, who is one of the guest of honors. Let me introduce him. He is an author of Digital First. He is a thought contributor, visionary, strategic leader, and management consultant with extensive experience in management consulting, business enablement, IT advisory and strategy, risk management, transition, and program management. His international experience spans across the globe with clear execution strategy of client requirements and ensuring the CXO objectives are met with high satisfaction levels. He has earned strength in demonstrating leadership, creating vision statements, formulation and execution of organizational strategy, and most importantly, caring and managing people. He is a receiver of CEO Award for delivering operational excellence at AstraZeneca. Over to Kewyn. Please deliver your guest of honor address.
First of all, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I always very privileged when I had an opportunity to talk to the young minds and the bright minds. Foremost thing, thank you for the SIH organizers. Thank you for the institutional organizers, SSN organization, President Kala Vijay Kumar, Principal Annamalai sir, and Professor Dr. Chitra Babu madam. Amazing opportunity you guys are giving the flourishing students, and definitely you guys are stalwarts in the educational parameter when we put in the state as well as in the national level. Thank you very much for doing a great job on that front. As well as, amazing talk by Captain T.S. Ramanujan, very well set the expectation, outlining the thought process for the students and the next set of bright minds that would shape the country to the next level. And also welcoming all my industry colleagues in the session. And great thanks to the MHRD for organizing this year on year successfully and delivering it an amazing thing. I'd like to actually pick up on the two statements, or the two parameters what President Kala Vijay Kumar actually picked it up. That clearly resonates with me. Why that is so important for in today's context for the people as well as the students community, what we are interacting. I think she mentioned about four things. One is the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. I want to pick up on these two things because it has a very well connection to this current statement. The critical thinking and creativity are key elements. I would give an example. One of the great books I've read is In Search of Excellence by Dale Carnegie. In that, he outlines one critical word called confirmation bias. What is confirmation bias? As in a simple example, one person just on the street looking upward the moon or the sky and just watching it for a while, suddenly the other person passed by has an intention to look if something is there in the up, right? The other person will start looking upside. Same like there are 2-3 people gathered and looking something, again the other set of people start looking upwards without even knowing what is there on the sky and why other people are actually looking upwards, right? Without any sake of asking the question why, we always have a tendency to look immediately to the upward and see. Then after 10 minutes, we may realize, hey, why you are looking upside? We have wasted that 10 minutes of our time in our life without even knowing what we are doing. Why do I bring this context to each one of you at the student community is, today, we are driven with confirmation bias. If someone is in industry, we have a latch of following the same thought process, same idea, and why not we do that? If someone is successful in one set of work someone has delivered, I've seen like in a QB following it up, many people follow the same path and they lose what you call the beautiful individuality that the young minds today you all carry on. You lose your creativity there because you are confined to that particular idea someone else who have created and made success. We always followed the big thing, and one of the most valuable companies in the world, obviously the 2 A's we call, or maybe the 3 A's, right? The alphabets, the Amazons, as well as the Apple. If you see their convergence of the market capitalization, what these guys have created, $5 trillion market capitalization is being created by these 3 to 4 companies in the world. Can you believe it? If you push back 15 years back, they were not. If you actually do in the Fortune 10 list, there are different set of companies And even the market capitalization of hitting $100 billion, that took ages for the companies to do it. But within the last one decade, these companies have marched towards that $1 trillion market capitalization. I could see that. I predicted in my 2017, one of my article when I presented in Indian Institute of Management, Trichy, I told that 2018, you will see there are 3 companies breaching that $1 trillion mark. And exactly that happened. And you won't believe, by 2018, they breached that $1 trillion. Today, Apple stands at $1.6 trillion, vis-a-vis the Google as well as Amazon. Amazon stands at nearly $1.4 trillion. You put that kind of the proposition and the progressive nature these companies are taking it forward. What is causing? It is again a small idea Jeff Bezos had in 1994 to open up an online bookstore. That was his idea. The originality, the individuality, right? That brings the piece of the mindset. He didn't look for, I need to build a $1 billion company or $1 trillion company. All he had was a small idea, a transformative idea in a critical thinking mindset, a creative ideology that he carried, and he built a massive empire, what we are actually looking at today. But what happens, we all, a lot of times, when I have an interaction with the young entrepreneurs, as well as a lot of young bright minds, they all have this confirmation bias. The confirmation bias is moving towards something's already established. If someone has done a great automation, someone has done a great artificial intelligence project, we always have a tendency to refer, copy, and replicate. In this entire process, again, I'm telling you, students, what we are missing is your individuality. Because once your age catch up, you lose your critical and the creativity mindset, and you lose your idea. You may have a beautiful idea you want to do. People may say that that is crazy. People may say that this will not succeed. You would never know. I can tell you, there are many instances how the industry has been disrupted by small ideas. I don't want to bring and take a time of laying down all those examples, but definitely you yourself know that the transformative of these ideas are categorized into 2 different buckets today in the world. One category that goes into the products, right? Any organization that can create a product that is actually evangelizing and progressing forward in the terms of the growth. And second categorization that comes in the platform. So the product and the platform, these are 2 broad category. Any organization, if they want to leverage into the next inflection point of the technology evangelization. I'm not using the word digital because digital as a word has been overbeaten in the industry. Many of people have misused the word, but they don't talk about the subcomponents of the digital, how that is transforming the entire industry as well as the organization and the country. It's very imperative for all of us to understand what it is lays below that. And sometimes we may wrongly pursue based on some of the technological components and success that is actually laying down the path, and some success that is given into the market as well, right? So people may conclude about the artificial intelligence, the blockchain, all those things. What I want to give the students, some of the key elements when you are developing either a product or a platform, I want you to think through these 3 technology trends that is shaping well now as well as in the coming years. And these technology trends are not being told much in the market, but these technology trends are going to take a big shape in the next 2 to 3 years in the market. And I can tell you, if people are not embarking on these technology trends, that's the inflection point that will dictate whether it is like they want to change or perish in the market. The companies who are going to set their tone top and bottom and cross and everywhere on these trends will scale high. The first one I want to disclose here is the hyper automation. The hyper automation, it is a convergence of lot of intelligent technologies. We have seen the kind of the evolution of artificial intelligence. We have seen the evolution of machine learning. We have seen the evolution of robotic process automation. If you see in every product or a platform or a banking solution, you go through, there is a pop-up comes, right? That's a chatbot. That's an interactive mechanism, intuitive mechanism they're bringing in. And definitely there are a lot of automation that is done within the system. That is an RPA. And they do a lot of data mining, data computing mechanisms to derive a decision pattern. That is machine learning. And augmenting the human activity, that is your artificial intelligence. Now, on top of it, the organization is trying to converge all these things and bringing something called as a hyper automation. Hyper automation is not only replacing what the human activity is doing, but that is going to advance the set of thinking and the activities that can futuristically what can happen in the market. and also bring, remember, these two things are very important, the user experience. If you're unable to provide that user experience, that is becoming a big challenge. I think T.S. Ramanujan sir talked about I think some of in the anecdote, they talked about the user experience for a learning platform. What is the attention rate for an individual to engage in a learning platform or any platform? The attention rate could be less than a second. It could be in the microseconds, not only in the learning platform. If you are addressing in a massive conference, the kind of the notion people have and listen to is less than 0.5 seconds. So you are actually going to miss those people within less than 0.5 seconds, unless and until you are able to provide a much user experience and a captivity experience for those people. So first is the hyper automation. The second element I want to disclose is the multi experience. Any product that you create, it need to have that VUI, voice user interface, right? Or you need to bring any bit of, in terms of touch, feel, voice, or what you not talk about. The user need to be absolutely comfortable, and that level of intuitive experience, if that product or platform is not going to bring in, again, the product platform, the life cycle, that will be reduced. Very well, we have seen that in the mobile applications or any of the applications, the life cycle of any product that lies not more than 2 years or 3 years, because you yourself, a student community, will know if you are excited about an app, you install for that period, but maybe 2 to 3 months down the line, you delete it because you don't see that engagement or the value addition that is coming in that product. And third, particularly the element I want to talk about is a very important thing, is democratization. Do not underestimate the users. Now users are actually becoming technology savvy, and everybody having a lot of knowledge, insights, and they can do more better than you. So again, I want to outline the thought process. As a designer, as a developer, you need to be more from an integrated mindset point of view, because users have those knowledge. So more and more you pass the technology baton and the usage of the technology baton back to the community of users. That is where your products, the platforms, what you're building is going to be highly successful, right? And there are multiple examples which we can lay on, but with the limitation of the time, I would again summarize the hyper automation, the multi-experience, as well as the democratization. These are very nuanced technology trends that is actually shaping very well. I want you to give a short mind into these technology trends and engage when you are building your products and platforms. And four other key elements from a developer's point of view, because you are doing a good hackathon. I think today it is not like I need to do every development coding from the beginning, and there are certain low code practices, which is like all pre-configured code practices are available in the market, so you can actually use those reconfigurable and those components to build your product in a much efficient enough, much faster way. This will enable organizations and yourself to build that product not for 6 months or 1 year. In a span of 72 hours, in a span of a week, you can build a product and bring that time to market solution to the business. And design to code. Your user experience is very important. Your user design is very important. And there are so much components that is available. Even when you're designing itself, you can do the coding. Earlier days, we have to launch a website that may take months. Today, I'm not that technology savvy guy, but I myself launched my own website in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, that was the time took to me launch my own website. So if that level of configurable components that is available in the market, what wonders each one of you with the technological depth, what you have, you can actually do on. Again, very important thing, do not forget anything that you're creating in the product and platform. The cyber security has to be inbuilt within anytime and everywhere. Do not miss that element. Do not get overexcited when you are developing anything. Always remember that any beautiful product that you create that can be hacked and that can be thrashed down overnight, all your hard effort, everything is gone and drained out in that single moment. So please ensure that the cyber security element, the coding, that's what we call, the configuring the cyber security element while doing the coding, that is core important. What I would leave my final thought is, be individual, be proud of yourself. What you can do, and be patient. You may not get what you want today, but you will get someday what you want. Never think that tomorrow will not be the same day what you are today. Tomorrow will be definitely a better day, and what you want to achieve in your life, that will come for you if you deserve, and if you consistently put your effort and you're patient and you thrive on your individuality and your ideas. to move forward and scale high. I think, again, God bless you for all these initiatives, what the team is doing. Wish you all the very best, and looking forward to see the finalists on the Smart India Hackathon. Thank you very much for all the wonderful people here for giving me this opportunity to come and talk in this beautiful forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kewyn, for that very elaborate talk, and it would have been really helpful for all the students who are part of this inauguration to have those takeaways, like how they should concentrate on the upcoming technologies and also concentrate on the user experience and hyper